Shonen anime is full of jaw-dropping power-ups and transformations, from Luffy's reality-bending Gear 5 to Goku's Ultra Instinct. Today I'm going to be explaining and ranking the strongest transformations in anime history, but I'm not just ranking them by strength, since almost every one of these characters has godlike powers. Instead, I'll be ranking them based on how enjoyable they are, how much impact they have on the story, and how hype these transformations get. Alright, without any further ado, let's jump right in. First, let's start with the goofiest transformation, Luffy's Gear 5. After getting beaten by Kaido on the rooftop of Onigashima, something shocking happened. Luffy's heart started pounding again, but not like a regular heartbeat. It was the drums of liberation. For a long time, Luffy's devil fruit was known as a paramecia, but it actually turned out to be the mythical Zoan Sun god Nika fruit. In this transformation, Luffy's entire body takes on the white Nika-like appearance. While in this form, he can't stop laughing, which makes sense, because Nika is known as the bringer of joy. Gear 5 gives Luffy full control over his body and even the environment in a way similar to a paramecia awakening, allowing him to turn anything he touches into rubber. On top of that, he gets one of the craziest abilities in all of anime, Toon Force. With Gear 5, Luffy can fight with a completely free and imaginative style, effectively ignoring the laws of physics. This fruit is limited only by imagination, which means the only true limit is how far Luffy's creativity can go, and when combined with his battle IQ, this makes Gear 5 extremely versatile and unpredictable. In this form, Luffy's strength, speed, durability, and reflexes skyrocket, letting him fight on par with Kaido, the so-called strongest creature in the world. In this transformation, Luffy can use Bajrang Gun, an attack so terrifying it could literally level the entire Onigashima itself. The only real weakness of Gear 5 is the extreme stamina drain, which leads to fatigue and temporary aging after deactivation. Luffy can counter this by consuming large amounts of food, quickly restoring his energy and prolonging his fighting capability. Gear 5 had a massive impact on the story, completely changing the fight against Kaido and shocking the world with its reveal. The hype when it debuted was insane, and the versatility, creativity, and sheer spectacle of this transformation make it an easy S-tier choice. Now let's talk about a transformation that made even the strongest fear. That's right, we're talking about Might Guy's 8th Inner Gate. During the 4th Great Ninja War, Madara Uchiha achieved his most powerful form by becoming the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, basically a god with limitless chakra and regeneration. At that time, none of the other shinobi, not even Naruto, Kakashi, or Minato, could stand up to Madara's overwhelming strength. With the entire world on the line, Might Guy stepped forward and chose to open all 8 gates. Fully aware it would cost him his life, Guy opened the final gate, the Gate of Death. This gate works by forcing the heart to pump at its absolute maximum, redirecting all of the body's chakra into the heart. This skyrockets the user's strength, speed, stamina, and power to hundreds of times their normal limit, but in return, it burns their life away. During this form, Guy's ultimate technique, Night Guy, became his finishing move. With a single kick, he generated shockwaves that warped the battlefield itself, putting extreme pressure even on Madara Uchiha, one of the most powerful beings in the series. His attacks were so powerful that Madara admitted Guy's taijutsu was the strongest he had ever faced, saying that Guy almost killed him, which is insane considering Madara's strength at that point. The only real weakness of the 8 gates, of course, is the fatal drawback. Using the final gate destroys the user's body from the inside out. Guy only survived thanks to Naruto's intervention with the Sage of Six Paths power. In terms of impact and hype, the 8 gates transformation is one of the most iconic moments in Naruto history, but compared to what's coming next, I have to give this one a B tier. Before we move on, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button, and let's keep this going. Speaking about transformations from Naruto, let's talk about the best transformation in all of Naruto series, Naruto's Sage of Six Paths mode. During the 4th Great Ninja War, after being fatally wounded by Madara, Naruto was granted the power of Hagoromo Otsutsuki, the Sage of Six Paths himself. This transformation merged Naruto's already insane abilities, Kurama's chakra, Sage mode, and his Uzumaki stamina with divine power on an entirely new level. When activated, Naruto's appearance changes subtly. He gains a bright, glowing chakra cloak similar to his Kurama form, but more refined, and 6 black truth-seeking orbs float behind him. The boosts this form gives are enormous. Naruto's strength, speed, durability, and sensory perception skyrocket far beyond his previous limits. He can sense negative emotions and even the presence of beings like Madara's clones across massive distances. The truth-seeking orbs themselves are devastating. They can erase anything on a molecular level and reshape into shields, rods, or projectiles at will. On top of that, Naruto can manifest giant chakra constructs, combine Kurama's chakra with the Sage's power, and even heal fatal injuries. One of the craziest feats of this transformation is how Naruto stood shoulder to shoulder with Sasuke, both empowered by Hagoromo, to take on Madara and later Kaguya Otsutsuki, literal godlike beings. He even created giant Rasen Shuriken infused with elemental nature transformations at a scale never seen before. This transformation is without a doubt one of the strongest and most iconic in all of shonen, so it's only fitting to place it in the S tier spot. Now let's talk about another transformation from the Naruto series as an honorable mention, Madara's Jubadara transformation. Easily one of the best and most terrifying transformations in anime history. After Madara summoned the Outer Path statue and absorbed all the tailed beasts, the Ten Tails was fully revived. Madara then sealed it into himself, becoming its Jinchuriki and evolving into what fans call Jubadara. By absorbing the Ten Tails, Madara gained insane levels of power and awakened the Rinna Sharingan on his forehead. In this form, Madara was so overwhelmingly strong that even Naruto with Sage of Six Paths powers and Sasuke with their enhanced Rinnegan and Mangekyo Sharingan couldn't beat him. Madara only lost because of pure plot, and everyone knows that. I call this an honorable mention simply because I've already covered 2 Naruto transformations, and I don't want to overload the list with Naruto alone. But let's be honest, both you and I know exactly which tier this transformation belongs to. Now let's talk about the only anime transformation that literally broke the internet. The most iconic transformation in all of anime history. That's right, we're talking about Goku's Ultra Instinct. During the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super, Goku unlocked his ultimate transformation, Ultra Instinct. He first accessed this form when he was pushed to his absolute limit by Jiren, one of the strongest fighters in the multiverse. His previous Super Saiyan forms weren't enough, and with Universe 7 on the brink of elimination, Goku had no choice but to enter a state that allowed him to fight instinctively, react faster than thought, and survive attacks far beyond normal limits. Unlike angels, who naturally exist in a state of Ultra Instinct, mortals like Goku can only achieve this ability by pushing their body and mind to absolute extremes. It takes training, near-death pressure, and insane focus, and even then, the user's body isn't fully accustomed to the technique at first, which can lead to unpredictable outcomes. In Ultra Instinct, Goku's hair turns silver, his eyes glow, and a radiant aura surrounds him. His speed, strength, and precision multiply to godlike levels, allowing him to dodge, counter, and attack with perfect instinct, effectively becoming nearly untouchable. He can move and strike without thinking, reading his opponent's moves in real time and reacting with flawless timing. The biggest drawback of Ultra Instinct is the extreme strain it places on his body. Maintaining this form consumes massive amounts of stamina, and Goku can only sustain it for short periods before risking complete exhaustion. And while the defense is automatic, the offense still requires the user to think. This means the user can be weaker offensively compared to their defensive capabilities, since the body is primarily focused on reacting to danger, not attacking. Ultra Instinct had a monumental impact on the Tournament of Power, allowing Goku to go toe-to-toe with Jiren and shift the balance of the fight in favor of Universe 7. Like I said, this is the most iconic transformation in all of anime, breaking the internet and earning its S tier spot, even above Gear 5 and Sage of Six Paths mode. Now let's talk about the strongest transformation in Demon Slayer, Demon King Tanjiro. During the final battle against Muzan Kibutsuji, Tanjiro Kamado had already mastered Sun Breathing, the original and strongest breathing style. Despite the combined efforts of the entire Demon Slayer core, Muzan was finally pushed to the brink of death. Refusing to let his will die, Muzan transferred all of his blood and power into Tanjiro, choosing him as his successor and effectively creating a new Demon King. Once Muzan died, Tanjiro's body underwent a complete transformation. He gained extreme regeneration, instantly healing fatal wounds, severed limbs, and massive internal damage. His strength, speed, and reflexes increased to a level so overwhelming that none of the remaining Demon Slayers could stop him. Even coordinated attacks were effortlessly avoided or countered. What truly makes this this transformation terrifying is that Tanjiro became immune to sunlight, something no demon before him, not even Muzan, had fully achieved. Nichiren blades were no longer effective against him, removing the Demon Slayer's greatest weapon. Muzan himself stated that Tanjiro would become the strongest demon king in history, surpassing every demon that came before. In this form, Tanjiro also demonstrated new demonic abilities, including firing a compressed demonic shockwave toward Giyu, an attack resembling an energy-based blast rather than a physical strike. It's widely believed that Tanjiro could still use sun breathing in this state, which would make him even more dangerous than Muzan. However, this transformation has a critical weakness: control. Tanjiro had no control over his own body. His actions were driven by Muzan's blood and will, turning him into a threat to his closest allies, including Nezuko, Zenitsu, and Inosuke. Eventually, through the combined efforts of his friends and family, Tanjiro's humanity was restored. The transformation left a heavy toll. He lost his left eye and right arm, permanently ending his life as a swordsman. Despite its insane power, Demon King Tanjiro had very little impact on the overall story and has yet to be animated, which is why I'm placing this transformation in C tier, even though its raw potential is absolutely terrifying. And there we have it, one of the best transformations in anime explained. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for part 2.